The effects area in Elements allows you to apply a box shadow and opacity to the object. Now, most components support effects and you can access them in the side panel here. So by default it's set to none, so there's no effects on it. You can switch over to static and this will just apply the effects to your static object. So let's switch the box shadow to large, and there you can see a box shadow has been added. Now these are configured in the Theme Studio, so I can set it to a medium shadow or small. They're very simple, and I can adjust the opacity with the slider. What we can also do is have these effects happen on rollover. So if I go to the hover option, I can set the state, the start and end state. So this is how the object will transition from and to. So for the default box shadow, I'm going to pick a small shadow, which you can see appears there. And on the end state, I'm going to pick a large shadow. So now when I roll into the object, you can see it animates the shadow. And we can also animate the opacity as well. Let's just set that to 50. And as I roll in, you can see that get applied there. I'm going to switch that back to 100. By default, the rollover effect is set to self, and that means the effect here will happen when you roll over into the object. However, you might want it to happen when you roll into the parent object. So right now, if I roll over here, the effect doesn't happen. I need to be inside the object. But I have the object selected here, and you can see this is the hierarchy of the object, and its parent is the grid. So what we can do is we can just say, make this happen on when I roll into the parent. So now the effect happens when I go over the grid area that the image is part of. So you can see there's the grid. This is handy if you want to do multiple effects at the same time, because I could select this button here and I could go to effects and I could say I want a large shadow on that, and let's put a small shadow on there, and we can also set that to parent. So now when I roll in to here, you can see both effects happen at the same time. And to switch off the effects, I can just go to none and set this one to none, and now no effects are applied. For any more information on the effects in Elements, please refer to the online manual.